All right, so I just started recording. No one in the class will be in the recording. It's just going to be me, so don't worry about that. And I'm just going to go ahead and read this waiver, then we can get started. So, like I said, in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we'll be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of the class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure you've moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you're participating in yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. Okay, so with that out of the way, we are ready to get started. So if you have the Spotify playlist or your own music, you are welcome to start that up. So to start with our warm-up today, we're just going to do some arm circles. Warming up our, I'll come down here so you can see, just warming up our rotator cuff and our back. Thinking about keeping our lower ribs tucked in, not splaying out like that. And then we're going to reverse the direction, bringing it forward. Feeling that stretch in our back. This is like we're doing butterfly in a pool. All right, a couple more. And then we're going to take a side lunge, just going side to side to stretch our thighs. We're hinged forward at the hips slightly. Taking it slow for now. Thinking about squeezing our glutes as we come up. We should feel this nicely in our adductors and our inner thighs. We're taking a couple more, and then we're going to come down to the ground. So when we're in tabletop, we're going to do some hip circles, making sure we have stability in our lumbar spine. Taking your favorite leg in a circle. Thinking about keeping a nice neutral spine. It's not super important that you make a big circle. It's more important that you're not arching your back. Just moving through whatever your range of motion is. And then reversing that direction of your circle. So we're engaging our core here, warming up our hips. Couple more, and then we're switching to the other side. Same thing, keeping our lumbar spine stable, using our core to do that. Reverse the direction. Warming up our glutes a little bit too. And last one. Now we're going to do some bird dogs. You will recognize these from last week. Reaching our right hand out like we're shaking someone's hand, and then reaching our left leg out. Stabilizing through our back here. Holding for about 8 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming down, switching sides, coming out. Your body is like a nice straight line from your hand to your foot. Down, other side. Down, and one more. Our last stretch is called World's Greatest. You're going to start in a kneeling position. Take your hand down. If you have the hip mobility, you can come under the forearm. To kneel, Come into a low lunge, twist open, and back down, and then back hamstring stretch. So it's kneel, low lunge, twist, low lunge, kneel, hamstring stretch. Kneel, low lunge, twist, low lunge, kneel, hamstring stretch. We'll go through this a couple more times. Kneeling. This is good for our hip flexors and of course our hamstrings. When we lean back, feeling it here. One more on this side, and we'll switch sides. All right, switching sides, coming kneeling, taking our low lunge, twisting, kneel, hamstring stretch. This is also opening up our hips. We'll take a few more. Taking these at your own pace. This will be our last one. Finishing up. And then we'll get into our circuit. So you can grab a little sip of water here. We're going to start standing. We have 6 exercises today, going quickly between them and then taking a minute break. And again, it's focusing on our legs and core. All right, our first move today is lunges. So we'll start with our left leg, taking it forward and then coming down like we're on an elevator. That's 1 rep. We want 90-90 bend in our knees. Knee is not coming over your toes. I'll go this way for you. So we're here for 30 seconds and we'll switch sides. Again, thinking about engaging our core so that our back is staying nice and neutral. In 3, 2, 1. Switching sides. Starting again. Ninety bend in those knees. Thinking about taking our glutes straight up and down. Squeezing your glute on the way up. In 3, 2, last 1. All right, next exercise is going to be side lunges. So we did a modified form of those in our warm-up. This is going to look like stepping to the side, coming down, then stepping up. So let's do one side for 30 seconds and then switch sides. Start with your left again. Stepping out, arms can frame that foot, stepping in. We want to step just a little bit forward. So think about having your toes aligned with the middle of your other foot. And we're sitting our hips back. Last one, we're switching sides. To the right. So we're working our outer glutes and our adductors. If you have weights at home, this is an exercise you can do with dumbbells as well. Today we're just doing body weight. And last one. All right, we're getting into our glute bridge. Everything else is going to be on the ground. So we want to lay down on our backs with our heels close to our butt. And we're going to come up, hold for a couple seconds, and come down, thinking about shining our hips towards the sky. Chest comes to chin, chin to sky. We have the option, if you want, to do a single leg. Making sure we do the same number on the other side with the other leg so we're balanced. Or you can also be doing this with two legs. Can you get those hips just an inch higher? In 3, 2, last one. All right, we're flipping over, coming into round the world planks. Take your plank position. You also have the option to be on your knees here. So we're taking right hand out, left hand out, right foot out, left foot out, and then feet in, hands in. That's around the world. You can also just hold that plank. We got 30 more seconds. So take whatever option you like today. Thinking about scooping our belly button in. And wherever you're at, whether you have your knees or not, keeping our butt down, not up here. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Coming down, take a little break. We got alternating Supermans. So what that looks like, we're prone, laying on our stomach. We're gonna lift our right hand and left leg, squeezing our back and shoulder muscles. Holding for a few seconds, back down. And then other side, holding for a few seconds, back down. Exhaling on the way up, really pressing into your pubic bone here. Ten more seconds here. If you want a challenge, you can hold full Superman. You can also have your legs down. 2, 1. All right, now we're coming to seated. This is our last exercise. We got Russian twist. So bus stop 1, feet on the ground, twisting from your core. You can have your feet up, twisting. If you have something heavy near you, you can grab it in our break to do it next time. I've got my biochemistry textbook today. I have no other use for it at this moment. Again, take these as slow, as quickly as you like, focusing on turning from your core. We're using our obliques here, squeezing the sides. Keeping that chest proud. 3, 2, 1. Take your break here. We have a minute rest, and then we're going to do this circuit 2 more times. Everyone feeling good, hopefully. Whew. All right, 20 seconds left here. Remember, if you want to grab something heavy near you, you can do that. We got to have those Russian twists again. All right, so again, we're starting with those lunges. The normal lunges, not our side lunges. for 30 seconds on each leg. Left leg forward. All right, I'll come this way. And down and up. If you want higher intensity option, bring your back knee forward on the way up. You can take a few of the higher intensity and then come back to normal. Just remembering 90-90 bend in our knees, torso coming straight up and down, and switching sides. Whatever option you took on the last side, make sure to balance your sides. So in that higher intensity option, back knee comes forward, crunching that core to keep yourself balanced. Taking these as slow or as fast as you want. Whatever speed lets you have good form. In 3, 2, 1. Coming to side lunges. Taking left leg out. Hinging at the hips. In 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Starting to feel it in my quads a little bit. And taking these at whatever pace lets you have good form. We're hinging at the hips. And the knee is not coming over toe. Taking 2. And last 1. All right, coming to the ground for those glute bridges again. Again, single leg or both legs on the ground. I'm going to be taking them single leg, starting with my left foot up. Get straight up, squeezing the glutes on the way up. This is really going to burn out your hamstrings. If you're in those single legs, we got 2. Last 1, switching legs. Driving those hip bones to the sky, squeezing that glute and hamstring. In 3, 2, 1. All right, flipping over for our plank, and then Superman's. This time, our option is toe touches. Taking one foot out and in. Focusing on keeping our butt down and our core scooped in. Broadening through our upper back as well, not coming down like this. So push away from the floor with your hands. We're halfway here. You can also stay stationary or be on your knees. 10 seconds. So we lost you. Come on back. 3, 2, 1. Coming down onto our stomach for alternating Superman. Holding for a few seconds, coming down. If this isn't your jam, you can also pretend like you're swimming. We're focusing on strengthening our low back and our shoulders. All right, we got a change up here. I want everyone to take their arms behind them, legs on the ground. Arms behind chest, comes up. Press it into your pubic bone and lift your chest. Shoulders are back, palms pointed at the floor. This is undoing the seated position we take in cycling, which is internal rotation of the shoulders. We're externally rotating here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we got rest and twist again. Last minute. Let's go. Again, making sure our chest is staying proud. We're seated right on our sit bones. Our upper back is what's rotating here. So our core is stable, we're pinching those obliques. "20 seconds left here." Remember, take an option, you can have your feet on the ground. Five seconds, find a little smile. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. So whatever you need. If you need a little child's pose or a sip of water. We got just one more set coming at you. And we'll cool down. 30 minutes goes by really fast. Ooh. Just catch your breath. It helps you breathe if you open your chest a little bit. All right, we're getting started in 10 seconds. Just gonna get one more sip of water. All right, lunges starting with that left leg. Coming forward, down and up. Again, you got that option to lift the back knee. And last one, switch sides. See if you can get in more reps this time. These are our last lunges. Again, taking the same options, making sure our body is balanced. This is working our quads mostly. Woo! Squeezing your glutes the whole time. And 3, 2, 1. We got side lunges. Stepping out, hinging those hips back. Think about keeping our spine neutral. So this isn't like a squat where you have to be looking up. And 2. Last one. Now switch. This is not only working on our strength a little bit, it's also a really great stretch for our inner thighs. And 3, 2, 1. All right, you know what's next. We got glute bridges. Single leg or both leg, whatever feels great to you. Burn out those hamstrings last time. Think about scooping your tailbone to tilt your pelvis forward. Switching sides if you're on that single leg. Squeezing the butt on the way up. About halfway with the side. In 3, 2, 1. Coming down, flipping over for our plank. And you can keep it stationary. Or option here is mountain climbers. You can take them at any speed. Cardio peak, you can take them quick. But remember, we're here for 1 minute. And pushing the floor away with your arms. And think about keeping that butt low to the ground. Crunching your core. As if you were trying to make the mat, the middle of your mat, come up off the floor. All right, we got 20 seconds. So if you're on the floor taking a break right now, jump in. Ten seconds. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Alternating Supermans last time. Coming up the leg and foot, or arm and leg. Squeezing the corners of your back together. Our last one, then coming to fly, feet are on the ground, pushing into your pelvic bone, chest is high as you can get it. I think in school they called these trunk lifts. I'm also thinking about pulling our shoulders back away from our ears. We sit in cycling all the time. 10 seconds here. And relax. All right. All we have left is our Russian twist. Just grab your heavy object if you got one. Feet can be on the floor or up. And we go. Keeping our chest proud. Our shoulders in a nice straight line. So we're not using just our arms here. We're twisting with our core. "30 seconds. See if maybe you can lift your legs, or if they're on the ground, try for a few seconds. "10 seconds. Keep that chest proud. Don't lose your form when we're tired. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Take a rest for a minute here. Oh, shoot. I lost track of my time. It is 4:30. If you have to get going, that is a-okay. I'd highly recommend some stretches for your hamstrings and your back, so child's pose. But if you don't have to go anywhere, I'm going to stop the recording